Good evening to Alameda County's Giving Back program. It's wonderful to have you back with us. And this evening we have truly 4 wonderful guests that are going to be talking about their program that is making a difference in our community. We are really blessed to have Rachel Johnson Farias, excuse me, and Jerry Elster. He's a jokester, you guys, and this is going to be a wonderful evening. And your name again, please? Ariana and? Laura. This is going to be such a fun program this evening because Jerry is such a jokester, and this is something that is going to make our evening go fast. Hi, Rachel. Rachel is from the East Bay Community Law Center.
That's right.
And we'd like for you, Rachel, to just kind of explain to us what's going on in your program.
Certainly. Thanks so much for having me.
Definitely.
So the East Bay Community Law Center, or EBCLC, is the largest provider of civil legal services in the East Bay. We have about 9 different practice areas ranging from immigration to housing to welfare and benefits defense, citation defense. We have consumer debt defense. We've recently started doing some youth defense work in delinquency court in Alameda County. And I'm in the Clean Slate Unit, which does conviction and juvenile record remedies for folks who have had contact with the law enforcement. We try to clean up their record and get them where they want to go. So I actually started in the adult unit at Clean Slate doing conviction dismissals, and really what we wanted to address were what's called the collateral consequences of convictions and records. So those things that follow you long after your probation is done and you've paid off all your fines and fees, but 5-10 years later you can't get a job and you can't get housing. And if you can't get those things, then you can't get economically self-sufficient, and the chances of getting involved in the criminal justice system again increase exponentially.
Exactly.
So while I was doing that work with adults, we began to see that some of the collateral consequences that adults were facing, they were also facing because of juvenile records. So juvenile records were preventing them from getting the type of employment they wanted or housing. So we started the Starting Over Strong project, and now we provide holistic or client-centered services, reentry legal services to young people who have been involved with the juvenile justice system and are now seeking to seal their record and start over strong.
For me, excuse me, it's a program that is designed to give folks a fresh start, a very favorable going and kicking out and getting it happening. And Jerry, your program, can you explain your program?
Yes, I'm from All of Us or None, a project of legal services for prisoners with children. It's a legal interest firm. Basically, we legislate around issues that we feel are going to be challenging to people during the reentry process. And we also try to address issues that, like Rachel was talking about, that where they start will affect our youth later on in their age rather. For instance, we have one campaign called Ban the Box. Ban the Box really focuses on one of the central challenges that most formerly incarcerated people face around employment and housing. We believe these are important issues because our society is ready to recognize the importance of not discriminating against people because of race, sex, religion, and stuff like that, but it kind of condones discriminating against people because of previous criminal background. And that's what we came in, All of Us or None. We figure they have a thing saying, popular saying, the pipeline from school to prison. And we figure that's really how it goes with the prison thing. For instance, I'm formerly incarcerated. My issues started when I was a youth. And we believe that we can start from that level to get people this fresh start, to give a child coming through the criminal justice system on a juvenile level a better start. We can alleviate the other end of it. So that's why we're attacking this
And
issue.
these 2 wonderful young ladies are here as your interns, you said?
Yes, they're my interns, but they work for me. Now, they're wonderful interns. I've been very instrumental.
Can you tell us, either one of you can jump in and just say what made you want to become an intern in this program?
I'm Laura again, and I decided to to apply to this internship because I recognized that the system wasn't working. It works for me because I'm a privileged white youth, but not everyone can say that, and that's not fair. And so I think that I decided to do this because I wanted to work and fix the system. And I know I can't by myself, but to be part of something like this organization gives me the opportunity to try and fix it.
Wonderful, thank you.
And for me, I grew up, my father is serving a life sentence. My brother was in and out of juvie, so growing up I was surrounded by all this kind of stuff. So when I got a chance to go to college, I have this access to this great education, and this is exactly what I want to be doing, working for the rights of people who are denied, their housing, their jobs, all kinds of different stuff. So for me, it's what I want to be doing with my life because I recognize that I have all these tools that I'm adding to my arsenal to be able to come back and do something to affect those or help those who need
Tell
it.
us, how does your day go at work, at your volunteer spot? How does it go? What do you do, and besides interacting with a wonderful person like Jerry?
I feel like everybody at LSPC and all of us are just, everybody's a personality. It's a really great group of people. I mean, I'd say it's super diverse. You have formerly incarcerated people, people who are allies. It's a very different workplace, I'd say. Our intern group is really awesome too. It's a bunch of really cool people.
And so where are you both going to school?
I go to Scripps College in Southern California, part of the Claremont Consortium.
And I go to Tufts University right outside of Boston, but I'm from the Bay.
Wow, that is so wonderful. I'm so very proud of you for wanting to give back to the community. Once you do graduate, what do you want to do?
I was recently accepted into the Teach for America program, and I've been placed into Houston. So I haven't officially accepted or declined. I think I will accept it, but I can't say 100%. But this issue is really important to me, and I think that would help me fight again. So
With being a teacher, you will have influence
Yeah.
on a lot of young people to make a difference.
Yes.
And thank you for doing that, because you're definitely needed as a teacher. All right?
I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, I guess. I think I might take a few years off and do some type of work with formerly incarcerated people or around mass incarceration. I don't know what form that will take, but I really love the kind of grassroots organizing and activist aspect of that. So I need to decide if I want to. I don't know that I want to go to law school, but maybe. But I don't know. And then but maybe work a few years and then decide if I want to go to some type of higher ed that'll help, like I said, add to my arsenal. So
Now, Rachel, it's time to grab her.
She's coming to LSPC.
Grab her to make her, being an attorney with your, vivaciousness and your ability to want to really help. And, you as well, Rachel. And are you an attorney?
And it's definitely one way through the law to fight the system, like you were saying. There are some things. Well, I'll put it like this. I guess a right is only as good as its enforcement.
Yes.
So a lot of our work with Starting Over Strong and at EBCLC, half of it is just getting the information out and making sure people have enough knowledge to be empowered to enforce the rights that are already in place. So the law can definitely be a tool to do that.
And legal service for prisoners with children need good, vivacious attorneys. So just putting that out there.
There it goes. Okay. And really and truly, you, Jerry, is in coming back into a place of holding up the rights for people and being a part of it yourself. A total respect for you. And can you tell us how you really and truly got involved with the program and wanting to make a difference?
Well, I think that once you've been through some stuff and you've come out of it, I think one of the first inclinations you have is to want to either improve that situation you went through for other people. You don't want to see other people go through what you went through. I was formerly incarcerated. I was a lifer in the extreme sense, and the state was ready to, just close the door. And then, by the grace of God, I happened to get out, and I have made a lot of promises to guys I left behind. I started my organizing while I was inside with a group called No More Tears. And they're still operating in there. So when I came out, I came right out as an activist and started working for All of Us or None and like I said, trying to eradicate that thing about the school, the pipeline from the school to the prison. Because I've seen a lot of young men in prison with certain talents that they'll never get to use out here in society. You know, I mean, a lot of
That's
times we
right,
think
yes.
those guys in prison don't have those skills, but they have those skills.
do.
And I just want to make sure that the young men that's going through like Sweeney, Camp Sweeney, through 150th, and the Y, understand that their full potential. Not only understand their full potential, but also remove those boundaries that threatens to, stunt them in their growth. And so that's what brought me to this.
All of you out there, with the 4 people that we have here on our panel that talk about their wanting to contribute and do make a difference in in both programs, you as well can put a helping hand to these people to make sure that their programs are going strong. Your funding, Rachel and Jerry, are?
We have a combination at EBCLC of funding, but we try to get as least restrictive funding as possible so we can serve as many people as possible, which means that we don't have a whole lot of government contracts, and a lot of our money comes from private donors.
Ah, and you, Jerry, as well with private?
We don't have any government or local state funding. We basically rely on public and private donations and stuff. When we feel to be married to any agency like that's beholden to something that's contradicted to what we say we're about, will put us in that pocket. And we just
To give you the ability to really reach out and help everyone.
And I like what you said about working with the community and collaboration. What you see here is a collaborating effort
Exactly.
that's going across this nation. If you look at our interns to where we are now, we're all working to build that village around our youth in these streets of Oakland, Alameda County.
Exactly.
And so we need help of everybody that's here.
And it takes a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a whole village, and thank you for the village, okay, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you out there. It does take everyone, and you are a part of that everyone. If Rachel and Jerry will give you their information and let you know where you can come out and make a difference with these people, really and truly, you are the one that can reach out, make the difference, even if it's $1, $25, anything, because one person can be affected truly by the services that they offer. So Rachel, can you give them the information on how to get in contact with you, or just to donate if possible, please?
Certainly. You can go to our website, www.ebclc.org. So that's eggbirdcatlovecat.org.
I like that.
And you can donate directly at our website. All of our services, I should say, are free to eligible clients. So we provide free legal services to East Bay residents.
All East Bay, and this is from where to where?
Well, different programs have different restrictions. I do juvenile record sealing in all of Alameda County. Our housing practice, I believe, is in Oakland and Berkeley. We have some that go countywide and some that do city specific, but the best way to find out is to give us a call or visit our website.
Okay, and Jerry?
Right now we're in the process of doing a fundraiser. It's going to be on October the 19th. It's going to be at the Wickham Hotel, and it'll be for legal services for prisoners with children. That's www.legalservicesprisonerswithchildren.org. You can go in there and donate too, and you can find out more information about our big gala. And at this gala, we're going to have Michelle Alexander of the New Jim Crow will be speaking.
That's great.
Wow.
And Angela Davis, Angela Davis will be speaking at this. So, get on board now. Tickets are going fast.
I have to tell the story. When I went to UC Berkeley and I was on campus, and I worked at the bank right down the hill, and I have to admit, this lady was streaming out, "You hire communists at this bank?" I thought I was Angela Davis. I'm going, no. Ladies, and we've already talked about what your projection for your future. Can you tell us what information what you would like to put out as information to other people to want to care and give a helping hand? Can you tell us? Just talk about it. Maybe you see a friend out there and they'll say, "You know what?"
I think it can seem like a daunting task to want to change systems and institutions that have lasted for or existed for so long in our country, in our states, and all that good stuff. But And I mean, I'm only one person, and Laura's only one person, Derry's only one person. But when you have a collaborative effort, that's when real change can actually happen. When you have lawyers, when you have activists, when you have the wisdom of formerly incarcerated and the allies or whatever, that's when real change happens. So I think that if you think, I'm just one person, I can't do squat, like you can. There's an endless need of for volunteers. It's really not that hard to pick up a phone and be like, yo, I got some time, like I don't know. And I mean, volunteers are always welcome at LSPC and all this and that. So
I would say for youth especially, maybe you can't donate $1, $25, but you definitely can donate your time, and it's a really good use of time to volunteer in something like this organization. So to choose a cause and help with it and actually do the man hours, because that's what is needed.
That's a wonderful, wonderful way to put it, ladies, and I thank you. And I'm hoping that everyone out there that's listening would understand that, giving back is what we're all about here. But, really and truly giving back monies, but time is also available. Rachel, I know you're an attorney. What really in your heart made you want to do this?
It was a series of things. When I was in college, one thing that I found was that I loved research. And when you look at legal work, there's the courtroom dramas on TV, but that's a very small aspect of legal work. I really liked investigating new areas and figuring out the impossible answers. So what really got me started is I asked a mentor who I love to death and credit with going to law school. I asked her, should I go to law school? I'm thinking about it. I hear if I like research, I should go. She said, don't do it. You're not going to like law school. I know the type of person you are. You're too social justice oriented. It's not going to be good. And that no made me get into action and say, you know what, not only am I going to go, but I'm going to make it the type of experience that I want to have. And that's exactly what I did. The classes I took were not the corporate law classes, although I did take one, which interestingly still has some implications for working with low-income communities. But they were representing low-wage workers. It was federal Indian law. It was looking at poor communities and how to use the law as a tool to advance their interest. And so that's what I hope to do with the rest of my life with it.
That's the blessing of someone who has a caring heart and wanting to make a difference. Thank you. Thank you. And Jerry, I know you said that you were a lifer. And for me, that's such a heart-wrenching statement to make. To know that you came out and God, led you out, and that you're back trying to make a difference with other people who have that might be lifers or just that are out and can't make their life work. What inspires you? What has given you the inner drive to want to do what you're doing right now?
The thing that really moved me to really become an activist, inside of San Quentin, they had a program called Squires, right? And Squires, where we mentor youth coming to Camp Sweeney used to come in. And I had moved up in the rank, and I became the public relation prisoner for the program. And when it came my turn to put in a proposal to advance the causes of trying to stop delinquency and stuff, I put in a proposal stating that maybe you bring the youth in here for us to counsel and mentor, saying not to be like us, but when they leave, there's no follow-up, right?
Yes.
And so I put this proposal in saying that they should implement certain programs, take them to colleges, take them to some of these universities, take them on the college circuit. The thing I got back was the state couldn't afford to do that. And I vowed that if I ever got the opportunity, I was going to do it. And I started in there, like I said, advocating and building a support system. So when I did receive my liberation, my freedom, it was like almost calling me on my promise. And this is what I do.
So do you take kids on tours? What is it actually that you functionally do?
I'm so glad you asked that. Recently, I sit on the board of a program, restorative justice program called Inside Prison Project. And I work with R. Joy in a program called COSA, where we'll be building a village around young men coming up out of Camp Sweeney, Alameda County. And we'll be just helping to chart his course and to aid him. And this is what we're talking about on doing a collaborative effort. I think everything, I'm saying, by the grace of God, I think that everything is unfolding just as it should. And it's cool.
So this program, how many minors will you be servicing at one given time? Or is it limited, or all of the ones that are being released you will follow?
The agency will. But me
agency.
per se, I'll
Yeah,
one at a time. And what we'll
Okay.
do is we'll be building like the village concept around this individual. And the same lady who is executive director for Inside Prison Project was also the pioneer for LSPC. And she was executive director for LSPC. When no one was listening to women issues,
Yes.
she opened the LSPC 30-something years ago. Her name is Ellen Berry.
Yes.
And just like she pioneered that, right now, women prisoners are getting focused. We fought a bill called the shackling bill, where they were shackling pregnant women. Without LSPC, this would have never happened.
right.
Now she's over Insight Prison Project, and her focus is on restorative justice and RJOY, restorative justice for Oakland Youth. So, I mean, just like this was successful, been 30-something years with LSPC, has went on to champion a lot of causes.
right.
So how many will we cover? Man, we're gonna try to cover everyone come out of there.
That's such a blessing. Those of you who don't know, our Alameda County Camp Sweeney are the ones who are behind the cameras right now, the ones that are doing all of the action that you're looking at. They mic'd us, they set up the stage, they do the lights, they do all of this. These young men are learning a skill, hopefully, that one day might put them behind Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 2, or even 44 in Chicago. We never know. This is a blessing that the two of you have been graced with, and I just thank you so much, because I know the difference that you're making in your organization is going to make a difference for the community out there. Those of you who see these two young ladies who are really and truly making the difference, the total difference, and putting an effort out there to do and to change, you know, this is how we're going to make the difference. What is the initial plan? And I know we've talked about it, but we have some time left that we'd like to just have a plan of what you would like to see in the future for your program.
I honestly would like to see that there's not a need for my program anymore. That would
Wow.
be ideal. That young people's records don't present the barriers that they present today. That the juvenile justice system really gets behind its stated goal of rehabilitation in the best interest of the child, with programs and that, like, you know, the village model that put as many resources into a young person's growth as into putting them in the hall or policing, etc. And I would love also if I don't think the law is rocket science. I think it's just another language. So I'd love it if everybody knew the language.
Wow. And Jerry, you?
And off of that, not just know the language, but be included within the guidelines and boundaries of that law. You know, where to protect not just for adults or the privileged, but those youth, the one that's most vulnerable in our society, like the kid in East Oakland, Richmond, and different areas throughout this county and the adjacent counties, or the state, the world, you know. But I think that the completion of our campaign with this clean slate thing is if if the state of California would just recognize the fact that we are talking about youth, right? And that they would just do a blanket policy where automatically, if a youth stays out of trouble, just seal his record automatically.
Yes.
That would be the completion
Yes.
of So I Know the Strong for me.
Wow.
And we would stop that from school to prison pipeline.
That's real. And ladies, what would you like to see? Because you're the youth here. We're the old ones, but you're the youth. What do you see?
I think everyone makes a mistake in that it shouldn't define the rest of your life and that you should be able to start over. Simple as that.
It's very simple.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to live in a world where, you know, there wasn't racism, there wasn't classism, there wasn't, you know, ableism or homophobia or any of that. I mean, I recognize that, you know, that might not happen in my lifetime, but I know that, you know, we are working towards making that difference. And for me, what I'd like to see is just the continued steps. Even if you take, you know, 3 steps forward and you get not 10 steps back, I mean, it's still that movement forward that what really matters. And
The
so
efforts.
the efforts is what really matters. And I think, I don't know that I have a concrete goal, I want to see this, but I mean just, forward motion and towards, equal rights and equal rights to live and to, to be and not just be, cast aside as, some kid that's just going to end up in juvie or prison anyway or whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves an equal right to life, I think.
I think that all of us here, right here and now, looking out there at all of you out there, are asking and requesting that you look at the change in yourself. Be the one person, and if all of us would say we're going to be the one,
Yes.
then we'll make a big difference, because we can be the one individuals that can make the step forward. Youth, you out there also can make a difference. There are so many of you out there who are not in trouble, who don't have to use these wonderful services that are offered. But what you could do is lend a hand.
That's right.
Come out and volunteer. Come out and be the one who wants to step forward and make a difference in what's going on. It's very important that you understand and truly understand that it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with individuals who want to make the difference, and you're a part of that difference. All of us here are really, I can only say that this particular programs that you guys have stepped forward in doing what is necessary and needed to bring young people to an even keel, an even space.
And if I could say, I mean, that's how Jerry and I started working together on youth issues, was around the issue of the non-refundable record sealing fee in Alameda County. Young folks, when they heard about that, got upset that there was a $150 fee to seal a record, and I know very few 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds
have $150. Okay,
Right,
I don't have $150.
Right. So the youth were justifiably outraged. They organized, and now in Alameda County there is a waiver in place. So probation is now accepting waivers of the $150 fee if anybody receives benefits, public assistance, if they're unemployed, if their income is below a certain level, and that's virtually all the clients we work with. They aren't going to have to pay that fee, and that's the direct byproduct of young people organizing to make that happen.
And you can say, and it's also what she's talking about, also points to the fact where we're always talking about what are our local officials doing. Well, Alameda County heard the cries of the streets from our youth, and they came forth and did what they had at their power, what they had at their discretion. They initiated this fee waiver, right? They didn't have to, but they did. LaDonna Harris, Chief Probation Officer, we thank you. But now it's time to see what we gonna do. The rest of the citizens, it's time for them to step up.
Oh, so Jerry is getting ready to get started. But what he's saying is we've allowed the structure to go ahead and do what they need to do. Now we have to get the people from the ground up. That's us. That's all of us individuals that live in our county. That's all of you out there that are watching, that are sitting there saying, I really don't know what I could do, but you can step up. You can contact Jerry where?
Again, at LSPC, Legal Service for Prisoners with Children.org. That's www.legalserviceprisonwithchildren.org.
And Rachel?
At www.ebclc.org. That's egg, bird, what did we say last time? Cat love cat. .org.
I thank all of you ladies. You two, I wish you the most success you can ever wonder under this planet. I wish you the blessings for everything that you want to do, because I know you care about the people that you service. And whatever you do, they're going to be blessed by you. All of you out there, let's please remember one thing, that you make the difference, that you're the one that is going to be the person who gives back. Thank you.